Well, it is a beautiful day to be cycling around the New Forest. It's absolutely glorious. And yeah, I thought I'd better get on my bike because the London to Brighton bike ride is a matter of weeks away. And as I had a sort of lapse in my training because of my arm, I was like, right, I've got to get back on it. So yeah, 54 miles I will be cycling in mid-June, on the 16th of June. So I'm currently doing like 20 miles sort of in my bike ride, so yeah, I need to improve on that and yeah, get ready for the big bike race. There is a link in the description if you would like to sponsor me. I'm raising money for Get Kids Going, which is a charity that raises money to help provide sports equipment for disabled children. It's just dear to my heart because I was a disabled kid, so if I can help out some other kids that are in wheelchairs, then that would be great. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to my cycling. Well, I've done about 12 miles so far. Had a brief stop for an ice cream, which was rather nice. Quite handy little little car park with an ice cream van, so that was cool. I've just come now to my favourite, well, one of my favourite trees. I can't say it's my favourite because I've got a lot of favourite trees. But it's one of the oldest oaks in the New Forest. It's Knightswood Oak. It's a bit of a shame because they've got it like fenced in, but you know, you can't give it a hug, well, unless you were a little naughty and fancy climbing the fence. But yeah, there she is, beautiful big tree. But yeah, she's been out here. We've got an information board here. Yeah, for like over 500 years that tree's been there. So yeah, bloody nice tree. So I'm just going to sit here, enjoy this tree, and enjoy my cheese and beetroot sandwich, and yeah, have a little pit stop, and then see if I can get another 12 miles done. Well, I have found a lovely spot to eat my cheese sandwich. In the roots of this oak. You can see how big this tree is that I'm sat on, judging by the size I am and the fact that that tree is so wide behind me. It's not the very old oak tree, which is over there, but there are a lot of old trees in this forest, I tell you. I don't know if that Knightswood, I think it's meant to be the oldest oak in the forest, but I don't know, I've seen some other big ones, so yeah, I think there are some ancient trees in these woods, in this forest. There's my trusty trike, and there's my delightful cheese and beetroot sandwich. So yeah, just gonna have a little break a minute, but it's so beautiful here. If you've never been to the New Forest, take yourself on a trip. It's just wonderful here. I was so lucky because I grew up in the New Forest, on the outskirts, so it was just a place that I was just always in. I was always in the forest, and I went to college at Brockenhurst College, which is right in the heart of the forest as well. And it's been funny these last sort of like decade or so since moving away. I didn't really miss it or sort of like appreciate it. I don't know if it's where you like, I don't know, you grow up somewhere, you just sort of, I don't know, you're just so used to it always just being there, you know. I spent so much of my like college days just driving in my Morris Minor around the forest and hanging out in forest car parks, usually getting high, I'll be honest. But yeah, I spent a lot of time in these woods, and yeah, it's been funny coming back this trip because I went out with my sister and the kids, and we went to this really nice pond in the woods, which is where I've left my van parked up today. And as soon as I sort of stepped out the car, I was like, oh, it is so nice to be back here. And it's funny because I hadn't had that feeling for a long time. It was just like, oh yeah, I'm back in the New Forest, no big deal. But I don't know, I've just been really enjoying it recently. It's just, yeah, it sort of hasn't called me like this for a long time, so it's just so nice to really like soak in all the trees and the feeling of just this ancient land. It's so old, you know, like that tree over there being like 500 years old, and you know, back then people were still coming to have a little gander at it because it was like called the Queen of the Woods, and it's just wonderful. I love it. I love history so much, you know, and yeah, it's just, what's the word? It just sort of like captivates me, I think. a bit like old buildings, you know, but even more so, I think, with like with the natural world, when you're just sort of around very old trees or just these sort of like ancient sites. It's just, yeah, it really stirs up a lot in me that I love. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and peacefully enjoy my sandwich, and yeah, just enjoy all of the trees. Just so many trees. So yeah, it's really wonderful here. So yeah, take a trip to the New Forest.